going on, guys? Sam Adams here, and welcome to the gist of it. And today we are going to be talking about console generations and the Xbox One X, because it's pretty much been the talk of the town. On Tuesday we saw the release of the Xbox One X, and that is actually the day that I'm recording this video, which is going to be going up on Wednesday. So with all of that being taken into consideration, I don't have sales reports. I don't know how the console did on day one, and we probably won't know for a couple of days. But with that being said, the general consensus is a resounding okay. You know, there are a lot of people that are going on board with the Xbox One X hype train. There are some that are staying off, but overwhelmingly, I think the reception of the console itself is a lot better than what we saw of, say, the Xbox One S and the PlayStation 4 Slim, especially, where there was really no resounding, all right, you know, let's go out and get this thing. It was just kind of a hit, and there it was. It seems like there's a good bit of momentum behind the Xbox One X, and so that's a good thing to see early on. With that being taken into account, I did want to address how the Xbox One X is going to be perceived later on, how long the longevity of the console is going to be, because technology is a rapidly evolving entity in the gaming industry, especially because there are always new graphics cards, there are always companies that are pushing the boundaries of what has been possible, and really blowing people's minds on a probably bi-yearly basis, I would say. There's always something new coming down the pipe, and so with that being taken into consideration, and the Xbox One X boasting that it is the most powerful console ever made, how is it going to fare in the long run? And so that's kind of what I wanted to tackle today, especially. To start off this conversation, I did want to talk about what Xbox is offering as compared to what PlayStation is offering, because those are the direct competitors here. They are going head to head, so to speak. And so with that being said, Xbox pretty much has 3 consoles, and PlayStation pretty much has 3 consoles as well. This is all well and good. The Xbox people have Xbox Ones, they have Xbox One S's, and then they have the Xbox One X. And so 2 of those do support 4K resolutions. Of course, the Xbox One S is largely upscaling a lot of the games, although it can do native 4K. It's just not as powerful as the Xbox One X, which again was released earlier this week. Now, on the PlayStation side of things, you have the original PlayStation 4, then you have the PlayStation 4 Slim, which is essentially just a redesigned, or at least an aesthetically redesigned PlayStation 4, largely boasting the same specs, nothing really different there. And then you have the PlayStation 4 Pro, which is largely like the Xbox One S, which does support 4K resolutions. It is a little bit beefier hardware, but nothing as compared to the Xbox One X on the Xbox side of things. And so the way I see it, the PlayStation 4 Slim is all but irrelevant here. It can pretty much be equated to that of the original PlayStation 4, and so you then have 3 tiers on each side, with PlayStation missing its tier 3 competitor, so to speak. You have the original PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Slim competing with the Xbox One. You then have the PlayStation 4 Pro competing with the Xbox One S, and then you have the Xbox One X pulled out ahead of everybody else, boasting the beefiest hardware, boasting the best specs, and that's pretty much where we find ourselves this week. Now that we've established the 3 tiers as I perceive them of the consoles as we have them right now, the question is, how long is the Xbox One X going to be pulled out in front of the competition? And to be honest with you, I'm going to say not that long, because as the Xbox One X is rolling out to stores, as people are playing the new console tonight, as I'm recording this, and tomorrow, and for the foreseeable future and over the holiday season, PlayStation has a research and development team hard at work trying to figure out how to make the best possible piece of hardware that is going to be outdoing the Xbox One X. And so then another ripple occurs, another fold in the fabric, whatever you want to call it. There is going to be a new tier, a new piece of hardware that is going to be fitting into this mix somewhere, that is going to make the fact that the Xbox One X is the most powerful console to date, that's largely going to be irrelevant in the next, I would say, 2 years max. In 10 years, when we're talking about the Xbox One X, and somebody says, hey, what's the legacy of this console? I am going to go out on a limb and say that the legacy of the Xbox One X is going to be that it makes a 4K resolution and HDR support the expectation, rather than, you know, pushing the boundaries of what is possible. It is going to be the new benchmark. That's really where I think the Xbox One X is going to find most of its success. It is breaking the boundaries for other people to come behind and kind of, compete. It's pushing the industry forward, and so in that respect, you know, you can't help but give it a round of applause. It's doing good work with that regard. So the gist of it is that Microsoft has released their new Xbox One X this week. It is the most powerful gaming console ever. It is in a new tier that is not competing directly with the PlayStation 4 Pro, and on top of that, it is breaking boundaries in the gaming industry and bringing a new generation experience, a new expectation to the forefront. of where research and development is. But with that being said, the overall success, the overall quality of the lifespan of the Xbox One X pretty much depends entirely on what Microsoft chooses to do with the console over the next 5 years or so, and that's pretty much what it comes down to. And that wraps it up for this episode of The Gist of It. If you enjoyed this episode, drop me a like down below, and in that comment section, let me know what you think about the X. Are you going to be getting one? Does it interest you? Would you want one at some point? Leave it in the comment section down below, and if you do happen to be new to the channel, I do upload new stuff throughout the week, so there's always something new right here when you do stop by to watch some videos. But as for right now, I am going to go figure out what exactly I'm going to have for dinner. That sounds like something that would be a good plan at this point. It is like 6:30. But I will talk to you guys on Friday. Peace.